How to feel confident in our clothes. Are you tired of feeling a little bit insecure when you're out and about in your wonderful wardrobe that you've invested in? I'm Anne-Marie and we're going to look at some ways we can actually use our wardrobe with confidence. So when we want to feel confident in our clothes, it's about style and wearing items and clothes and an outfit, complete outfit that actually suits our style personality. And at our age, we probably know what that is, but if you don't, experiment. I mean, you've got boho, for instance, you've got natural, you've got classic, and there's various others as well. They're slightly grungy, slightly edgy, that's another one. But generally, we're going to be a combination of several, depending on the persona of the event, our persona at the event we're going to be going to. So, for instance, I'm a little bit edgy sometimes, I'm a little bit natural sometimes, occasionally I'm even a bit boho, and often it will require me to be classic. But in all those circumstances, there is an element that runs through with me, and there probably is with you, and it's a matter of actually identifying that and thinking about what it is. So with me, it's going to generally be that I'll be wearing separates. And if I'm wearing a dress, it's likely to be a shirt dress or a dress with a belt. And if it doesn't come with a belt, I'll put a belt on. Because my general theme that's running through all that is going to be waist definition, because that suits my body shape. And yours is going to be something else. Focus on highlighting your own strengths. One of the things I absolutely love doing is getting ideas from TV shows. And one of the attractions for me for watching a show, not Vera, that is not my example. I enjoy Vera, but she's not my example. But say Coroner, the Canadian version of Coroner, the actress in that dresses fantastically. There's various other shows, I'll list them down here, that I get inspiration from, and I save then sort of ideas of what those characters are wearing, because a stylist has styled them in a certain way for a certain event, or their character might resonate with my character. I think, well, if it suits them, it's going to suit me and my lifestyle as well. When looking at your wardrobe to see if it reflects you as your personality and is going to make you feel confident when you're going out, look at the styles, look at the colours. Do your items reflect your silhouette, your body shape? And what activities and occasions fill your diary? Do they reflect that? When you understand this, it's going to be easier then to fill the gaps in your wardrobe. So you might want to get a pen and paper and start noting down where your gaps are. When you're looking at filling those gaps, look for timepieces. So you've got a wardrobe full of high quality essential items. Confidence isn't just about what you wear or how you feel. It's also about embracing your own body. Embracing your own imperfections even as well, and celebrating who you are. Remember, there's no one size fits all. When I show my videos, there's, what suits me might not suit you. What suits my character and personality might not be your character and personality. Embrace your body, wear the clothes that make you feel amazing. Don't forget the power of accessories. Could be necklaces, belts, shoes, bags, earrings. It could be the pattern on your top. So I'm not wearing a necklace today because I've already got a pattern here, but I have put on earrings instead. Accessories are an opportunity to add another element of your own personal style. So I do love hoops because they're slightly, even big ones as well, because they're slightly boho. So that brings out the little bit of the boho in me. So when I'm feeling a little bit edgy, I've got this necklace I picked up in I don't know, it's a market stall on holiday, and black leather, and that really goes with the edgy nature of my clothes and outfits sometimes. A statement belt can cinch in your waist if you've got a waist that you want to enhance. On the other hand, if you've got tummy issues, it may be that you're going to want to draw the eye away from that area, and then you'd want to have perhaps scarves up by your neckline, so you're drawing the eye up. Big bold earrings maybe. Hoops would be a good idea to detract from the tummy area. It could be a statement necklace. That is fashionable. Don't go for something that's going to be out of date, and plasticky, and from 10 years ago. Make sure your statement necklace is a current one. But most importantly, it's time to talk about self-love and body positivity. Imagine how you'd feel if you didn't need to worry about updating your wardrobe, updating your clothes regularly, that you were absolutely confident that what you had in your wardrobe suited you, suited your body, and you felt good in it. At this point, I want to thank BetterHelp, that's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, and it's all one word, for sponsoring this video. I myself have had online therapy sessions. I went through a point in my life last year where I felt really unanchored and needed a bit of grounding, and found online so efficient. It meant that I could not worry about driving somewhere, finding somebody local, being in a waiting list. Access to a therapist was a lot easier, and I didn't have to leave the house to do it. It fitted into my diary and my calendar. BetterHelp's the world's largest online therapy organisation. It's 100% online. You can tap into 30,000 therapists. The service can be accessed for any country, but the therapists are based themselves in the USA. These 30,000 therapists are licensed and accredited by their own professional bodies, and they can help with a range of issues. There's an app. You answer some basic questions, and from there you're allocated your therapist. You then have an initial chat with them, which is either by video call, chat, text, or a phone call. I would suggest you look at the website to check out their accreditations for yourself. Once the service has started, you don't need to stay with that therapist. You can switch at any time if you find that they're not the right fit for you. There is no additional charge for switching. The sessions are set up at time slots that are convenient for you, being 100% online. With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism that you would expect from a face-to-face. The therapist is custom picked, you've got the scheduling flexibility, and it's an affordable price. I do have a discount for you. If you go to link www.betterhelp.com/over50fashion, you can get 10% off your first month's therapy, and I'll put that down in the description box as well. Bet is that some of you will have commented below and say, Anne-Marie, you look really nice with shorter hair. Some of you will actually maybe be absolutely rude and say, I can't listen to somebody with such scruffy hair. My point is that I've done that on purpose. I wanted to make it apparent how, if we let go of our hair, that can be aging. My view is that we all, as we get older, we've got lots of busyness going on in our face. Lots of, the lines and creases that appear. To me, that's busyness. If we have unkempt hair, that's more busyness because you've got wiry bits sticking out, you've got dead ends. It doesn't behave. However much you brush it. I mean, for example, I deliberately brushed my hair before recording, but within 5 minutes of recording, my hair's a mess. That's going to happen when you're going out the door if you aren't keeping your hair in order and getting it cut regularly. So, and I'm pretty bad at forgetting, and I need to really diarise that I need a haircut, because I'll get to the point where I think, oh my goodness, it's really unmanageable. That's when I book a cut. Then it's another 2 weeks before the hairdresser can actually come around to me. So I need to make an effort to actually, and that's a natural style personality in me, that I go with the flow. I need to make an effort to not go with the flow over that, to book it within 4 weeks, to time it for 6 weeks cut. So as my hair is staying under control and it's not adding to the facial busyness. My other point about aging is it's difficult for us to shop. The high street shops are catering to younger people. Now, we can wear stuff that the 30-year-olds are wearing and the 40-year-olds, of course we can. It's how we wear it. But we do have difficulty finding shops that cater to our age. And when they do, they're often a little bit frumpy. And I personally will avoid any boutique that has elegance in the name. Also, any hairdresser that has elegance in the name as well. The chances are, if it has elegance in the name of the boutique, it's going to be a little bit dated, and that's going to age us. So if we want to dress to flatter our age, we really need to avoid, I believe, the really extremely on-trend items. What I like to do is add a subtle addition of something that's on trend and add it to classic. And what I aim to do with my videos, and when I'm adding links in and also putting things onto my website that you can shop as well, what I'm aiming to do is add items that are currently available in the shops that won't make you look dated, but will have longevity because they're not extremely fashionable. If I'm going for an on-trend item, what I'll try to do is make it not an extreme one, not the most extreme version of the on-trend. When rips and tears are on-trend in jeans, I avoided it. Fading, fine, I could do fading. I could do a little bit of brush tearing, if you know what I mean. It's just the surface is taken off of the jeans, but not a rip. So as my look is not extreme and making me look like I'm dressing too youthfully for my age. And I can't emphasize that enough. because sometimes, you know, I've got some videos up that are about addressing our age and so on, and it's misinterpreted. It's thought that I'm trying to say dress younger. I'm not. I'm saying dress your age. Let's take into consideration colour when we're trying to feel confident, and associate colour maybe with the circumstance that we are going to. So if you want to portray, say, a listening, nurturing, caring value when you're out, green is a good colour to wear. From what I understand, I'm not a colour expert, but that's what I understand. If you're going to go and give a presentation, or you're the chair of a board, or you're chair of a trust, you're going to want to be giving an appearance of authority. So maybe red would be a useful colour to wear, and obviously put a layering item over the top, a jacket, but this piece is about colour. So think about the colours that maybe can help you portray the outer appearance you're trying to project. The other aspect of colour, of course, is to get your colours done. So what I mean by that is going to a colour analysis, and there are several versions of those around. I am unusual in that I went to Colour Me Beautiful and had my colours redone, having had them done in my 20s, and I've come out with a different colour portrait. I've gone from warm to cool according to Colour Me Beautiful. If I had gone to other analysis, I may never have been warm in the first place, or I may not be cool now. So think about where you want to go to have your analysis done. Some will cover your hair up and cover your clothes up to make sure that actually there's nothing interfering with your skin tone and they're only looking at your skin tone. Others will actually take into account your eyes and your hair as well as your skin tone. So where I had mine done, they did take into consideration my hair, and because my skin's got softer and my hair's got softer, that has made me a muddy, predominantly muddy, which I always have been. So everything's got to be slightly, I can't wear bold, bright colours. So for instance, this is a muddy colour, and I can wear warm and cool, although I swing towards cool now in my skin tone, but I can wear warm and cool as long as they're muddy. And this is in my colour palette. So you come away with a swatch of colours, and as I say, this is in my palette here, which you probably can't see because of the sunshine, but it's that one there. You come away with a swatch of colours that you then can shop with, and you know then that actually the items in your wardrobe are ones that reflect your current skin, hair, eyes, or just skin, if that's the colour theory you've gone to. And also, you know, when you're decluttering, what to get rid of, because if it's not in here, then there's a big clue there that actually, you know, get that out of your life. So it helps you clean up your wardrobe as well as helping you to shop as well. Having had your colours done, remember it's not a rule. I don't treat this as a rule. If I've found a colour that I think I look okay in, I mean, for instance, if you followed me for a while, you know that I quite like some yellows, and actually it appears nowhere in my new palette. I will wear black, I will wear pure white, because they are useful colours or non-colours or whatever they are. I only think people who are winters can actually really wear those pure black, pure white, but they're useful, aren't they? They're useful. And the way to get around that is actually then use a colour that does suit you against your face. So between your black and your face, you put on a scarf that's colourful, or I would use a blouse. Sometimes that's then the collar is near my face. There's an important aspect of confidence in our clothes, and that is ensuring that we don't compare to others. When we compare to others, we forget that we are all unique. We have different circumstances, with different affordability, we have different body shapes, with different ages, with different skin tones. We've got different lifestyles. We have to accept we don't have the same financial resources. Fashion can be influenced by money, but it doesn't define it. It's absolutely okay to go to vintage. It's okay to go to a charity shop. It's okay to thrift. I do it. I'm actually wearing some trousers today. These are thrifted. Last year from vintage. Second hand. I lost a lot of weight. I needed to replace chinos that I had bought from Marks and Spencer's. The easiest way for me to do that was to go onto vintage and buy myself size down, second hand, and sell the size 10s, buy the size 8s on vintage. Nothing wrong with it.
Nothing like you can get some really good clothes in your charity shops. In the UK, I love certain charity shops. You know, in your own high street, you're going to have one or two you know where you're going to get some good quality clothes. And in the States, I know that, you know, you can get lots on by thrifting. Your lifestyle is going to play a big part in what your wardrobe is made up of. It needs to really be 80% how you're going to spend 80% of your time. And what works for one person's day-to-day activities is not going to work for another. So when it comes to comparing to others, remember their fashion choices are going to be very different from yours, and that's okay.
Back to neat hair. So self-expression, don't be afraid to make fashion, your clothes, your wardrobe, getting dressed to go out fun. Do you remember when we were teenagers and in our 20s and we were going to go out? And part of that for me, and maybe it was for you as well, part of that was actually getting ready. That was part of the excitement. We spent ages over our makeup, ages over getting dressed and building up that excitement for the event. Our clothes, our wardrobes, getting dressed can be fun. Don't make it a chore, don't make it a job, and stop worrying about it. Despite the fact that there's all these clues here, if you've got these clues and you've nailed them, just have fun. When we think about being confident in our clothes, we also want to be comfortable, and that might be fit, it might be materials, it might be style. So when we're choosing clothes, think about something that is going to fit you well. It's not too tight, not too restrictive if you're moving your arms. It's not too long, so you're going to trip over it. So taking this jacket, it's, well, put it on, and it's going to hurt me putting it on, do you know? It really is. Look, I can't. I'm going to have to put it on the other way. Geez, now this doesn't fit. You can see clearly it doesn't fit. Gosh, got to do the button up, and I'm a size 8 UK, you know, and look at this. See that? So that is no good, that is too small. This, on the other hand, is too big. Look, we've got shoulders that are here. On the other hand, this jacket I got a few years ago from Mango is perfect at the shoulders. Perfect. Sleeves that are too long will make your arms look shorter. I mean, just think of Tom Hanks in Big. Think of that. He was purposely put into an oversized suit, which made him look small. Worrying about all those things, if you're feeling uncomfortable in your clothes, is going to come across in your demeanour and how you are appearing to others when you are dressed, because you're going to feel uncomfortable. And if you're feeling uncomfortable in your clothes, you're going to look uncomfortable to other people. They might not click that it's actually your clothes making you feel uncomfortable, but you're going to look uncomfortable, come across as uncomfortable, and they might think it's because of them, for instance. So, I mean, that might be an extreme case, but you want to be comfortable in your clothes in order that you can exude confidence in the situation, the conversations you're having, and the people you're with. So not only think about fit, but think about materials as well. These days there are so many comfortable materials around, natural fibres that allow us to breathe. We're not going to be sweating. We're not going to have sort of dark armpits where the material's just held on to sweat, because there's so much bamboo around, viscose, linens, cottons, that enable us to dress well in a material that allows our skin to breathe and feels good on our skin as well. Silk too, that's another one. There's plenty of silk around as well. And silk will always look good. If I'm going to a really smart event, I will rely on wearing silk. At the moment, I'm wearing this lovely top from sea salt, which is made from bamboo, and it is just so soft and comfortable and breathable, yet it's an attractive colour. And then there's comfortable footwear. I'm afraid I'm not one of these channels that says that the Birkenstocks and FitFlops and that type of thing is an ugly shoe. I don't think it is. I think they're highly practical. I think it just depends on the design you're buying. And yesterday I was out and I saw a 30-odd-year-old in a lovely outfit, and she was wearing her Birkenstocks. Now, if they can do it, so can we. Maybe it depends on your culture, maybe it depends on your country. Where I am in the UK, Birkenstocks are perfectly acceptable as a going out sandal. Trainers are everywhere at the moment, and we are so lucky that they are fashionable enough for us to be wearing them now, being comfortable with anything and everything. Because if newsreaders and weather people on the TV can wear trainers presenting, and I can go to a conference to see presenters wearing trainers, and I can see people wandering around, men and women wandering around in suits in trainers, then it's acceptable for us to wear trainers as well.